How much do they actually get away with?
They emptied 268 safety deposit boxes. That's about a quarter of what was there. But they didn't touch the main safe, which is interesting.
So they were specifically after what was in those boxes. And who knows what was in there?
Lord Hailsham, the Lord Chancellor, even had a safety deposit box there. The estimated value of the stolen goods is, well, it's all over the place.
Anywhere between 1.25 and 3 million pounds.
Yeah, it's a huge range. The newspapers immediately dubbed it the walkie-talkie job.
Of course they did. That's a catchy name.
Initially, there was a news blackout, probably to prevent the rest of the gang from escaping. But then the bank staff discovered the robbery on Monday and, well, the news exploded.
So what happened next? Did they catch the guys?
The police found tools in Lissac, the thermal lance, the walkie-talkies, even an oxyacetylene torch. They collected over 800 forensic samples.
800? That's a lot of evidence.
They were initially looking for 4 men and a woman they thought she might be the mastermind.
The mysterious woman behind it all.
Right. But they later expanded the search to 9 individuals.
So did they get them? Was justice served?
The bank gave them the names of 260 safety deposit box holders, but 8 people refused to say who they were. How are they hiding, I wonder?
Good point. Some secrets are best left buried, I guess.
The police had a huge team working on this case, over 120 detectives at one point.
Wow, they were really taking this seriously.
They quickly identified Wolf, the trinket seller, through the lease agreement, and informants gave up Gavin's name.
Snitching on the mastermind, huh? Guess even criminals have their limits.
After weeks of surveillance, they had enough to arrest Wolf, Gavin, Stevens, and Tucker.
Got him. Case closed, right?
Well, not quite. They saw Tucker handing a bag to Abdullah Hashan Gangji and his nephew Akbar Muhammad Ali Gangji.
Another pair.
Yep, they arrested them too and found 32,000 pounds in cash on them.
A decent chunk of change, but nowhere near the millions they stole.
Right. They only recovered 231,000 pounds in total.
Where'd the rest go? Did they ever figure that out?
It's a mystery that remains unsolved. And get this, they actually considered prosecuting Rollins, the radio enthusiast.
Seriously? The guy who helped them solve the case?
Yeah, but luckily they didn't. In fact, Lloyd's Bank gave him 2,500 pounds as a reward.
Well, that's the least they could do. So what happened to the actual robbers?
The trial started in January 1973. Stevens, Tucker, and Gavin pleaded guilty to breaking into the bank, stealing from the safety deposit boxes, and possessing explosives.
Sounds like an open and shut case.
Wolf and the Ganges, though, they pleaded not guilty.
Do they have a defense?
The Ganges claimed they were just messengers for a Swiss financial house, buying sterling.
Convenient. And Wolf?
He insisted he only went back to Lissac once after signing the lease.
Trying to distance himself, I see.
Exactly. So what happened? The Ganges were acquitted. Shocking, right?
No kidding. So they got away with it.
Seems like it. Stevens, Tucker, and Gavin weren't so lucky. They got 12 years each.
That's a long time. And Wolf?
He got 8 years, probably because of his age.
Fair enough. But the story doesn't end there, does it?
Huh.
What about the people who lost their stuff?
You're right. In March 1973, 64 safety deposit box holders sued Lloyd's Bank for 500,000 pounds. By 1977, there were 138 claimants demanding 660,000 pounds.
Wow. So this thing dragged on for years.
It did. And during the civil case, some pretty interesting details came out. One witness described the chaos of trying to identify their stolen property. Apparently, it was a complete mess.
Smells like a recipe for more theft, honestly.
Exactly. Another customer said they found their valuable ring just tossed in a wastepaper basket.
That's awful. Talk about adding insult to injury.
And get this, a bank employee mentioned that 2 different people tried to claim the same pair of candlesticks.
Oh, come on. That's ridiculous.
It was a total shambles. And then, the judge did something unexpected. He visited the bank and the rooms where they were storing the recovered items.
Why would he do that?
No one knows for sure, but the very next day, he adjourned the case without explanation and never set a new date.
Wait, what? He just left it hanging.
Yep. It makes you wonder what he saw or heard during that visit.
Very mysterious.
It definitely adds fuel to the rumors that have surrounded this case for decades, like the one about a D notice being issued to censor press coverage. Officially, it was denied, but people still whisper about it.
A government cover-up. That's juicy.
And then there are the more salacious rumors, like the one about compromising photos of Princess Margaret and John Bindon.
Ooh, scandalous.
Though most people dismiss that one as just gossip.
Probably for the best. But there's another rumor, a much darker one, that the gang found photos of a conservative cabinet minister involved in child abuse.
Yeah, that's a heavy one. And supposedly they left the photos behind, but no investigation ever happened.
That's disturbing, whether it's true or not. These rumors are almost as fascinating as the robbery itself.
They really add to the mystique of the whole thing. And in 1976, a pornographer even accused the police of stealing £1 million worth of gems from the robbery.
Seriously, the police.
He claimed they took it as their share. It led to an internal investigation, but nothing was ever proven.
Sounds shady. This case is like an onion, layers and layers of intrigue.
It really is. And the public fascination hasn't died down. There were documentaries in 2011 and 2023 about the robbery.
People are still talking about it all these years later. I guess it makes sense. It's a great story.
And then there's the 2008 movie, The Bank Job, which took some liberties with the facts, but it definitely captured the excitement and intrigue.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. It's a fun heist movie.
It even threw in the Princess Margaret photo rumor and suggested that MI5 was involved.
Adding a bit of spy thriller to the mix, huh?
Exactly. And then there's the Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary in 2015, led by none other than Brian Reeder.
Wait, Brian Reeder, the guy connected to the lookout from the Baker Street job.
The very same. It was another daring heist, targeting safety deposit boxes involving drilling into a vault, almost like they were following the Baker Street playbook.
Maybe he learned a thing or two from his old pal Bobby Mills.
Who knows? But the similarities are definitely striking.
So, are there any answers left to find? Or is this case pretty much closed?
Well, some documents about the robbery were declassified in 2013, but there's still a whole bunch, about 800 pages worth, that are locked away in the National Archives.
Locked away. For how long?
Until January 2071.
2071. That's like 50 years from now. What could they possibly be hiding for that long?
It's the biggest mystery of them all. What's in those files that they don't want us to see?
It's enough to make you go full conspiracy theorist, isn't it?
Definitely. It just adds to the intrigue.
All right, let's wrap this up. We had this incredible heist, inspired by Sherlock Holmes, a team of unlikely criminals, and a tunnel dug right under a bank vault. Then, pure chance intervenes. A radio enthusiast picks up their walkie-talkie chatter, and the whole thing unravels.
They get caught, some go to jail, but millions of pounds vanish without a trace. And the rumors: compromising photos, government cover-ups, stolen gems.
It's a wild story, and it's still not over. Who knows what secrets those sealed documents hold?
It's a fascinating blend of meticulous planning and pure luck. The chance encounter with the radio enthusiast changed everything. And all those unanswered questions, the missing money, the rumors.
They keep us guessing. They turn this real-life crime into something almost mythical.
It makes you think about the line between fact and fiction, right? How much of what we believe is based on evidence, and how much is our own imagination filling in the gaps, maybe in 2071 when those files are finally open?
We'll finally get the full story. But until then, the Baker Street robbery remains a mystery. A thrilling, captivating, and maybe even a little bit unsettling reminder that sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into history's most fascinating stories.